while people migrate in and get things going. Oh, oh God, knees. Freaking pill bottles. Let's see. Got one like already. See if that's lined up right. Wow, makes me look very small that far away. Oh, I hope you're having a good night. I am, because it's nice and cool here in Kyiv at the moment. Sally Blues looks like. Okay, I need to grab my other phone so I can read chat. Because reading chat that far away. Plug it in, plug it in. How is everybody today? Let me pull up the stream on my other phone. I was watching Pavlo from Ukraine, his live stream walking around, and I am so jealous of him, of his ability to walk around. So let me mute, pull up chat. I don't know, I think it needs to be closer. How about you guys? Still hot and rainy. Yeah, that's Mexico for you. Let me just bring out this and slide you closer. No, get back over. There we go. That's a little better. Let's see, how do I just do chat? I wish I could figure this out. Migrating in. Oh, another fun day. Didn't get as many steps in today, only 6,000 instead of, the more, but still. Yeah, like I said, I was watching Pavlo and Lupa walk around the left bank and showing off the malls and everything. It's like, I'm so jealous to be able to walk around like that. I'm still doing Kyiv at like 300-400 meters at a time. I noticed I'm getting, being able to walk for a longer period of time, but not by much. Wow, a lot of messages held for review. And all in Ukrainian. Connie Duncan, just because you are doesn't mean everybody is. Oh, gotta love the trolls in chat. Always love the vertical stream trolls. Fun, fun, fun. So, yeah, not much going on for me, unfortunately. I wish I could take you guys around and show you some of the area, but I don't know. It's just hard. Uh, I'm not ready to give up on being able to walk around Nean. At 92, fuck that. It got up to like 22 Celsius here today, so it was nice and cool. Um, Overcast for most of the day, so weather was almost perfect. Um, just hung out with some of my language exchange people. Had lunch. Forgot it was Friday. I'm just sitting here in my apartment going, I need to go to the store. Step outside and, oh yeah, it's Friday. Um, just people hanging out at the benches and parks areas, and stores busy, everything's busy, and it's like, why is it? Oh, because it's Friday. Yeah, a scooter would kind of be limiting. Um, there is not a whole lot of accessibility for wheelchairs or mobility scooters or stuff like that. Um, oh, I don't know where those pills went, but I got, there's these supplements that's supposed to help with joint pain. So started taking those today and see how that works out. A doctor YouTuber you follow says you only need 7,000 steps a day. Yeah, my goal is 6,000, so I'm close. Um, but heck, a run to the store is 1,200, 1,300. Not to mention the 5 flights of stairs down and the 5 flights of stairs up. um, so yeah, it's part of the issue is I got the apartment on the 5th floor. Uh, Part of it's that, well, we don't walk in America, we drive everywhere. So, got to get my legs used to actually having to do stuff. Hey, Adam. Saw you over on Pavlo's stream. Good to see you here as well. Um, yeah, one of the things that keeps popping up over on Pavlo's stream is all the idiocy questions, like asking someone from Ukraine if they know what cinnamon rolls are. You know, it's not like a third world country here. It's, you know, we have internet, we have, you know, everything else that everybody else has. And the other one that's really funny is people saying you can't find Mountain Dew in Ukraine. You can find Mountain Dew everywhere. You just have to look for it. You know, it's not in the ATB or, you know, Flora or anything like that. But if you go to like the bigger grocery stores, yeah, they have Mountain Dew on the shelves. I don't know how that one Oh yeah, Pablo gets a huge number of trolls, and I I get frustrated with it, and I feel bad that Pablo has to deal with that, and like I want to be the mod on there and just delete, delete. Um, but good news is I reminded him I'm here in Kiev, and hopefully, well, he has my number. Hopefully, he'll call me and I can meet up with him and get some honey. Um, that would be so nice. Um, Message Johnny FD too, because like I've been watching his videos and seeing the wine bottles he has stored on top of the shelf, sitting straight up, just ah, no, that's not how you store wine. uh, Weird OCD thing to have. Um, yeah, he has like two mods, and like one mod popped in for like 20 minutes and was out. So he has mods, they just aren't there very often, unfortunately. Georgie just went back to shit. He, I, I forgot where he's staying. I know he's from Estonia, and his wife's from Ukraine. And it's funny how time changes things with stuff with because I remember Georgie sitting there saying, you know, his wife won't let him go to Ukraine. She'll kick his butt if he tries to. And then next thing you know, he's here. Denmark, yes. Um, yeah, I'll have to check on Georgie's videos. I kind of get lost because for some reason YouTube automatically plays Georgie's videos for me, no matter if I've watched them already or not. So it's like goes back and replays videos from a month ago. So I get confused on where he's at and what's going on. Uh, yeah, it'd be interesting to see the behind the scenes on that story though in the end. Um, the big thing today for me was finally getting the internet working. Um, Apparently, somebody went up on the roof and unhooked the cable line for this apartment from on the roof. Um, so yeah, the tech had to come out, get up on the roof, rehook things up, and yes, I got internet now for a whopping like 34 and a half hryvnia a month. I get 1 gig up, 1 gig down, and yeah, that works out to about 85 cents a month for internet. Yeah, considering I only do 100 meg up, 100 meg down back home, and I'm paying almost $80 a month for that. Uh, oh, I wonder if that was part of the bargain. Working on the baby for permission to go to Ukraine. Yeah, well, yesterday's a relative term depending on where you're at. But yeah, as soon as the internet was hooked up, like a lot of and connected my phones, a lot of the videos finally uploaded, and I could change it to public instead of private. And it's like 3 of my live streams were sitting there in loading limbo. can't keep up with Georgie. um, yeah, this morning for me. It would have been like 2 a.m. back home. But yeah, it's nice finally being able to do stuff and having both phones working and being able to check on my banks and see where I'm at. Um, yeah, I am glad to, Sally. Hopefully that means a better stream now rather than just using, mobile data. I got the Wi-Fi going. Um, so it's kind of humbling walking around though, because it doesn't matter what direction I go. Um, there's buildings that have been hit by drones or missiles or something. The Nova Posta that I met the guy at for my luggage, all boarded up because the windows are blown out because of a drone. Just up the street from the Nova Posta is a restaurant we used to go to that's closed down because, well, they got blown away, unfortunately. Was one of my well-liked Georgian restaurants here in Ukraine called David, but it is no more. Let's try this way. Yeah, I have a safe place to go to when there's an air alert. It's called my bed. Or, no, wrong way. So, yeah, that's where I go for air alerts. There's a bomb shelter across the street. Go down into the basement, and I can't deal. No airflow. About 30 to 40 people in there every night. Of course, kids, adults, grandparents snoring. My snoring doesn't help. So right now it's pretty safe because, well, there's a lot of foreign diplomats here, and Russia tends not to strike when there's a bunch of foreign diplomats in Kyiv. They kind of wait until after they leave. So, like, we haven't had an air alert in a day and a half. So that's always a good thing. Oh, sorry, just trying to take the socks off. Oh, the free toes. Ouch, toe cramp. Let's see. Oh, come on, chat. Like number 8 and finally get to hang out. Yeah. I wish I could claim some of that responsibility for, no air alerts, but there's been a lot of air alerts since I've been here, so I cannot. Yeah, I've been there, Sally. But when 1 gig internet costs you less than $1 a month, I don't know why it's so expensive in the States. It doesn't have to be. It just is. Same with cell phones. This is my Ukrainian phone. I'm filming on my American phone because, well, Wi-Fi lets me do that. Yeah, this phone cost me about $65 a year. Full service, unlimited call, unlimited text, unlimited data. 65 a year in Ukraine. That phone, that phone is $75 a month for limited data, limited text, limited call time. Why it doesn't make any sense. It's yeah, it's about 41 and a half hryvnia per US dollar at the moment. Um, Unfortunately, the dollar's been very weak. I wonder why. Um, Meanwhile, like the exchange rate for the euro to hryvnia is jumping. Well, dollar's staying steady for the last 6, 7, or 8 months. I wonder why. Uh, oh yeah, I know why, but I'm being facetious. Oh no, I wouldn't sleep in the bathroom. But if it gets to be a hairy night, yeah, I'm sure that's a possible action. But um, yeah, it is what it is. Um, at least I'm not staying out on the balcony during air raids anymore. Um, that first day, that first one cured me of that. Um, Snap is a great way to make it easy to shit on poor people. Yeah. See, that's the messed up thing with because I'm on benefits or was, well, still kind of, whatever. Um, the minute you start to make any kind of improvement in your life financially, they start taking uh, benefits away. Um, like my mom, uh, she's getting around $980 a month from Social Security. Uh, got a bump up of like $28. So she got a bump to $1,008 a month in Social Security. Well, because she was $8 over $1,000, got that $38 bump or $28 bump. They took away $220 of food stamps from her from SNAP benefits. I was like, okay, how does $28 pay increase make up for $220 in food stamps? It doesn't. SNAP is an American thing. It stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Basically, food stamps. Um, and of course, yeah, they make you do all these special things at the register to uh, with SNAP too. I hate the chat program on mobile. Yeah, Adams, if you have over 2,000 in your savings, they cut your Social Security off it. Yep. Yeah, and it's crazy because they like my mom has heat assistance too. So like $1,900 for the winter to basically pay for heating. Um, the winter's really cold, it doesn't increase. If the winter's really mild, they do decreases in your heat assistance, which is kind of messed up. Um, yeah, they've decreased her heat assistance. They cut her food stamps, her nutrition assistance. Um, they cut her Medicare benefits, so she's having to pay for prescriptions now rather than having her prescriptions covered. So yeah, for a $28 pay raise, she lost 220 in food assistance and is paying like $30 for her prescriptions every month. How are you supposed to? How does that make any sense? I don't know. That's how messed up things are, can be, if you're low income in America. Ooh, I hope you're not saying you're behind on taxes that are coming up. That doesn't sound good. You had to stop taking 4-year prescriptions because of that. That's messed up. You shouldn't have to sacrifice your health because the government's messed up. And unfortunately, that's my case. Um, I get too much on disability to qualify for certain benefits. So, like, I think it's a $1,200 deductible on my Medicare that I have to meet before I have my, Medicare pay for anything. So yeah, a doctor visit will cost me like $240. And I'd have to go to the doctor 5 times to before Medicare kicks in. Meanwhile, I have $1,000 in medical bills that I can't pay because I'm trying to live. Filed for the October 15th extension. Hmm. Yeah, that's the messed up part of our healthcare system. And like the medication is dirt cheap. Um, one of the meds I take in the U.S. is $2,400. If I did not have insurance, that's what I would have to come up with. Thankfully, I only have to come up with $15 to cut and the insurance covers the rest. So there's that. However, if I just went to the Anteka, the pharmacy here in Kiev, that same medication well, I shouldn't say same, double the dose, so higher prescription amount, um, is only like $9 for a month supply. Like, why the hell is it $2,400 in the U.S. and $9 here? Uh, oh, you do qualify for the extra help for prescriptions. Yeah, it's like they don't want you to get healthy. They want you to be on more medication and more medication. You really need to move to Ukraine so you can afford meds. Yeah. Um, yeah, see, that's the crazy thing is it would cost me about the same for my meds here without insurance as it would in the US with insurance. Except I don't have to go to the doctor every 3 months or 6 months just to refill my prescriptions. So yeah, I end up paying $480 to go to the doctor to say, yes, you still need these prescriptions that you're going to need the rest of your freaking life. And then pay the same amount I'd pay here for the meds. Uh, that's why you're in Mexico. I believe it. Working on your car so you missed the aerobic part. See, I've been so tired the last couple days. So I can't tell you if it's my eyesight being tired or what. Woke up at 8 a.m. Had the internet guy here at 10. Had internet sorted by 10:30. Went for coffee. Had lunch. Got home about 2 and fell asleep for 4 hours. And here it is 4 hours later, and I'm like super, super tired again. Yeah, it is hard to read on a phone, but I'm not rich, so I got a little SE instead of, an iPhone 15 or whatever. Pretend I'm bored at home. um, oh, oh no, there's no chance of being bored here. Um, Worst case scenario, if I'm bored, I turn the TV on, turn to the kids channel, and learn Ukrainian. uh, Sorry about the transportation problem. I would not have a car for the last 10 years except for a great aunt. And then last year, grandma passing, they both left me their car. Ooh. Sucky way to get a car, but nice that they did that for you. Um, you know, Around me, I got very, very lucky. The truck I got at home, it was at auction. It should have been a $15,000 to $16,000 truck, and I got it for three. Um, I just saw the bids at the auction were not going up on it. And I'm like, screw it, I'll send a bid. And I still him and haw and go back and forth like, okay, should I sell the truck and make a bunch of money on it, or do I keep it because it's like the truck I want? um, oh, there's no subtitled cheesy American shows, unfortunately. They're all dubbed. Um, even Alf. Yes, they have Alf on primetime here, dubbed in Ukrainian. Yeah, that can be an issue. Um, Insurance on vehicles in the United States is nuts. Um, the gas on my truck would be nuts too if it wasn't a flex fuel vehicle and I could put the E85 in it. So, yeah, I get a little bit fewer gas mileage. Like I could lose 1.4 miles to a gallon putting um, E85 in it rather than the normal like 10% ethanol. So, but I'm saving almost $1 on every gallon. So, mm. And as far as I can tell, fuel prices has actually gone down here in Ukraine. Last spring when I was here, it was about 79, 80 hryvnia per liter, and now it's about 60 per liter. So, yeah, gas is getting cheaper here. Um, Not sure why, but oh, I missed a comment. I'll have to go back. Losing your house to the mortgage company in 4 months, so I need to get busy liquidating. Gonna be tough. Um, can't wait to hang your feet off the fishing dock in Ukraine. Yeah, that would be so nice. I have an appointment on Monday to go see the bank with someone that speaks English, so hopefully I can get something worked out and get that financed. That'll be good. About losing the house, I don't know if where you're at, but in my state, there's a Homestead Act where you can declare your homestead, and if you do that, they cannot foreclose on it, but they can make it so you can't sell the property until you pay them off. Um, Check into your local laws and see if your state has a Homestead Act. It's about the only advice I could give. Um, Otherwise, just sell it and move here. There's lots of inexpensive houses. um, the farther are away from Kyiv, the less expensive they get. until you start getting towards Lviv. Oh, jealous, Adam. Easiest way is to send it to Give Again UA, dot, PayPal, giveagainua@gmail.com. That gets it right here in Ukraine. No fees, no nothing, just instant. But I'd have to look at that as a loan or an investment, one or the other. I couldn't take that much as a gift. I'm sorry. But yeah, we'll find out from the banker what I need to come up with. I don't know if Wells Fargo works over here or not. The only way I've been able to get my bank, which is like a local bank for South Dakota, so small, was to use Apple Pay, and then they still keep shutting my card off. So what I do is I transfer money from my account in the US to PayPal, and PayPal over the money to my Ukrainian PayPal, which is Give Again, and then put it into my bank here. And yeah, funny way to go about it. Oh, another hidden message. Let's see what this one says. Ooh. Ah. That's a little scary there. You know they exist. Water off a dock bliss. uh, I looked at getting a loan in the US for a house here in Ukraine, and there are banks that do foreign vacation home type of loans, but they won't touch anything under 150,000. Yeah. 150,000 here in Ukraine is a mansion. Hey Mick. I don't know if that bank is here in Ukraine. The only one I know for sure is Chase. But Chase is just an investment bank here in Ukraine. There's no like ATM or anything you can go to. And yeah, unless you're doing millions of dollars, they're not even going to schedule an appointment with you here in Ukraine. Hey, Cindy. How things in our little town? For those that don't know, Cindy's a neighbor. Bank that's all over, that would be either Mono Bank or Privet Bank. But I mean, it's it's hard to get a Ukrainian bank account right now. You need to have your residency card to open a bank account now. I was lucky enough to get in just before that. Let's see. Mercy, howdy. Just got home from VA. Oh, fun. Eye exam, went to the barber. Oh, so you got your ears lowered. Um, I can tell you, don't go with Capital One. Um, I'm with Capital One as well as kind of my go-to for international stuff because Capital One works in Poland. No conversion fees, no nothing. Just pay in Polish. Oh, I forgot the zlotsky, and they deduct that amount out of your account in U.S. dollars. So it is great for anywhere except Ukraine because they've like cut off Ukraine completely. No certain regions, no nothing like that. Just done. um, my little local bank in South Dakota. Oh, you can't go to this region or this region. Okay, wasn't planning to. Donetsk and Luhansk. So, yeah, can't go there. I have not seen Charles Schwab in Ukraine. There's a list of banks that operate in Ukraine. Um, I can't remember if Charles Schwab is on there either. So, ow. Sorry. I just went to straighten out my knee, and my kneecap locked in place and then gave out really quick. That was ouch. Uh, I could probably look it up really quick here. Um, Holy crap, I have a lot of websites open on my phone. Um, what banks? Privet Bank, Oshad Bank, Raiffeisen, Raiffeisen, uh, Ukremitz Bank, Ukratz Bank, Ukras Bank, OTP Bank, uh, Deutsche Bank works over here. Oh, Citibank. Citibank's here in Ukraine. Those are pretty much all over. Oh, Citibank's probably going to be your best bet. Can't get a loan? Oh, can't I? uh, yeah, that's all I need to do is be a banker and lose my disability status. um, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward to if you have your residency card to get a bank account here in Ukraine, and it makes life so much easier. um, it just is. It makes it easier. That's all there is to it. PayPaling over money and then depositing into my Ukrainian bank, I save a lot of fees. Because like every transaction I do here on my American card, there's like a 10-cent transaction fee. And 10 cents over for one transaction is not a whole lot, but when it starts adding up, when you're doing, paying for the coffee, paying for the water, let's go have lunch, and you're looking at $1 in fees just for using your card for the day. 30 days, $30, it adds up. Hello, Mertzi. Have a good one, and Wise is also a good option. Yeah, I looked at Wise, and it was worth looking at. I'm not going to say don't do it, but for me, it was just easier and made more sense for PayPal, especially since they're doing the 0 fees for Ukrainian accounts. Tell her hi back. I think I'm going to go pass out. Oh God, what time is it here? Yeah, it's 11 o'clock at night here. I'm sure I'm keeping the neighbors up with my talking in English. Yet they can sit there and scream all they want. How do super chats work? They highlight my screen and glow green. At least that one. Thank you for the $5, Adam. I appreciate it. I'll see that it gets put to good use. Have a good night, Mertzi. If Steve Sane was here, I'd take you guys out for a smoke on the terrace, balcony, Lagoda. But no Steve Sane, no smoke break. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm being a responsible adult and going to bed early on a Friday night. And I'm getting a flashing notice that my battery's about to go anyways, so. "91 degrees on the bank sign." Oh, geez, I'm glad I'm here. Hold on, I have to look. I see weather. It is 16 degrees Celsius here. See if I can change this to Fahrenheit. Oh, it's a whopping 61 degrees here in Kyiv at the moment. I'm loving it. Yeah, I know what that means, Cindy. Have fun. Good luck. On that note, everybody, good luck. Please remember to hit the like if you haven't, subscribed if you're not subscribed, and of course, keep supporting Ukraine. Stay safe, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow night.